Actually, video TikTok now, right?
No, Maria. One camera.
An element of luxury, and there was a sense of practicalness to it, and how they had connected their gutters, their drains, and so there's been a lot of engineering to it too when you go back to the very basic of civilization.
Right.
So I would not say it has evolved and come back to it. Basically, we have come back to similar engineering, but not in traditional methods.
Okay.
We've evolved in a certain way, but the basic functionality of a space or luxury element that's connected to a bathroom has always been there right from the days of civilization. That's what I would
Right.
say.
Uh,
So here we can't go back to the economic classes and talk about a very opulent and that kind of bathrooms where even taking a shower probably instead of 2 buckets of water, probably you're using 8-9 buckets. Soon we are not going to be able to afford it. It doesn't
Right.
matter whether it's you're from a rich class or an economic class. Basically, there's no water.
right.
Right? When there's no water, even designing such spaces will not be meaningful.
Right.
Right? So more meaningful spaces would be where you manage water well,
Right.
and you've designed catering to the crisis situation that you're going with water right now.
Okay. So
Like I said, today also we have a water crisis, but you should be entitled to a good shower. But
Right.
what you do with the shower water is going to be like, if you don't use shampoos, if you use the very traditional soaps or the sunipindi what you use, you can actually directly drive it to the plants.
Wow.
And they can compost, and
Okay.
basically maybe the plants grow very well, and if
Brilliant.
you don't put chemicals in them. So these are things. In our house, we use only shikakai and sunipindi for this reason, that we recycle and send it to the plants.
okay. Now
Have no choice but to accept, and it's only, believe me, a mindset behavioral change.
Right.
If you actually go and test the water, you're okay to drink it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
But only the sentiment that you attach to it, the emotional thing that you have, you have a set kind of rigid thinking
Right.
and rigid ways, especially our Indian thinking,
Right.
right? We are super analytical when anything is told to us. We go to the bottom of analysis. But then coming up with solutions, we are not as innovative yet. But going through a crisis situation, we are people that will adapt the change first in the world, which is why Indians survive anywhere.
so you're saying that
A crisis. Sadly, the kind of population that is growing, like I said, in Hyderabad itself, 1970 to 2017, 48 years and 86 lakh population. Where do you think? And we don't understand drought.
Right.
Do you know what is drought? What if the drought hits you for few days?
right.
What will you be doing? You'll be running everywhere, figuring out how do you have a bottle of water, and what all can you do with it? What all do you not do with it?
Right. Right.
What I'm saying, as Indians, the good part is we'll soon adapt.
Wilson,
Yeah,
so that's your.
it's not a big
hey,
challenge
okay.
for us.
They get rid of a lot of health issues such as skin problems and hair issues. Taking bath is something which everybody loves, and that's the only time where they can be to themselves. Most of the water what we get from the municipal corporation is loaded with a lot of chlorines. Many people don't know what chlorine and what effects it gives on our body. Many people suffer from hair loss, dry skin, and skin irritations. This is just because of the chlorine in the water. So there are many methods which people try to eliminate the chlorine, and vitamin C is supposed to be one of the proven method to clear the chlorine in the water. Shower is the one thing which it relieves a lot of stress, and by using this kind of vitamin C in the water, you get a lot of refreshing feeling, a good mood, and you can work better. So So we are promoting it as a shower therapy. The therapy, why I am calling is, people, whoever has a shower, they get immersed with that, and the feeling is entirely experienced. So we are also shortly trying to improvise the methods, how people can benefit from.
When what we do in our construction industry, being a builder, we are very unique. We do only top of the line eco-friendly buildings and solar powered apartments. And every element for us becomes so important. When we were coming to the water solutions, when we did a project about 3-4 years back, we were trying to use this rainwater reuse system. But then, if you really go back maybe a decade or a couple of decades ago, water used to be the purest form when it comes to rainwater. But then with the kind of lifestyle changes that has gone, the industries that have come up, now it is no more as pure as it is supposed to be. So we need to have a filtering system. But then then it was not possible. So my R&D is constantly on. And recently, when I was again going through the market and checking what are the new solutions available, there are some new rainwater reusage cleaning systems that have come into the market, which clean the water at a 3-step level. But they are still at a very entry-level solutions which are not to the satisfaction. So the reason of the excitement is, if we could set up something like that for the rainwater reusage system, it cleans at 3 levels, and then I have something like your product, in the shower facade, which has a anti-chlorinating and vitamin C efficiency, and improving the quality of the water. Nothing like it. It's a killer solution. So that's the reason of my excitement. And we must be feeling funny that we are talking about bathrooms, why bathrooms and all. But then, as Ram has rightly said, in the lifestyle, throughout our lifetime, we spend like good long years just thinking in the bathroom or doing our regular chores. But then, if you really see, everybody are saying that there are think tank spaces, and it is very important. Bathrooms, great ideas come, and we think most creatively and all. But do we know the reason behind that? Why are they called the most creative spaces? Yeah. Okay. So there is a small theory behind it. It's practically proven. So our brain usually, when we think.